Welcome, my little lambs, to the Cyber Knights official release walkthrough video. We've started up a new team. As you can see, if you played this during early access, there's a lot of new different things. Here we've got our knight. We went ahead and gave her an interesting name. Longtime Trese Brothers fans may kind of recognize this little joke here, but hopefully you get it. If not, we'll explain it later. Now we're going to take a quick look. You've got the classic thing if you've played during early access. We've got Dade, our hacker, Emil, our vanguard, over to the left of our Cyber Knight, who is affectionately nicknamed Bingo. You can see that we've got our face Blur. We've got a soldier class. One interesting thing you can see all the way at the end is there is a sniper class now. So this is going to be interesting to see what they can do. If you've been following my video series, you've already seen me do the first level for the tutorial once, but we're going to go ahead and walk it through again and show you some really good things that you can do to it. There's a good way to get a really good starting bonus of credits and everything, which will help out. So here we are. We're going to go through the little dialogue here and everything. This is going to help set up the story. And after we get through this, we're going to get right into seeing what we can do for how we can best get around this level and maximize our profit while not taking hardly any losses or damage. Okay, so here we are at our first turn. The game's going to sit there and set up how everybody is at the level. We've got two people coming off the elevator. Emil, our vanguard, is in position, and she's got some really good talents that we're going to use that's going to help get those two people over at the elevator out. These are going to be talents that will really help you later in the game, and they're similar talents that your Cyber Knight can learn. So we're going to go through the little dialogue here, and then we're going to start using the talents. One of the talents we'll be using will be a security disabling talent, so we can use it to take out that camera. We've got a talent that's going to let us predict enemy movement, so we can sit there and see where these two guards are going to be going. And then we've got another talent that we can use to lure guards away and get them inspecting other areas. So first we start off with Jam Kit. We've disabled the security camera. Now we're going to use our anticipation on this guy, and you can see we can predict where he's going to move to on his next turn. This guy can't see us, so we're going to use Lure, and we're going to force him to walk over this way. You can see he's turned. And now we're going to use what movement points we have left for Emil, and we're going to use another talent of hers. And we're going to get down here to this lootable lockbox. There's going to be some good stuff in there. And by the time she gets back up to where she is now, we should have our other two characters at that area and ready to get to the blue extraction zone. So we've got Emil move. Now we're going to move Aitana and going to get them up here. We know the guard isn't looking in the direction, so we don't have to worry about him seeing us. Now we're going to get our sniper, Lyat. I'm not quite sure if that's how you pronounce it. We're going to get him moved up, and that's going to be the end of turn one. So then we'll get to see what these guards do. Okay, so now we just got to get our two people here moved out. This guard is going to keep coming down that way on the next move, so we definitely want to get them away. We're going to go ahead and move him up here to this corner. He's going to be technically hidden. Now we're going to get Aitana moved up, And she's going to be out of view, hopefully. He's still looking the other direction, so hopefully we'll be okay with him. Now we're going to go ahead and get to Emil. We're going to get down here and get to this lockbox and open it up and see what good loot that we get. We've got some personnel files, and we've got a cred chip for 25k. That's going to help greatly. That's going to give us a good money bonus when we complete this level. So now we're moving her back up, and that's the end of turn 2. And as you can see, unfortunately, that guard found us, so he's kind of alerted things, and we've got more company coming out. But this isn't really going to be a problem. Really, we can start to ignore these 2 guards over here. We want to try and get everybody to this blue extraction zone. So switching everybody over to sprint, we should be able to get everybody up here pretty quick. And once we get everybody here, it's going to cause a change in the level, and then we really won't even have to worry about these 2 guards because the security is going to be upgraded, and this whole area that we're in at the moment will get blocked off, and then those 2 guards, we won't have to worry about them. They can't come out. So even though we took some damage there, we're getting her up to the blue zone. So now we just got to hope we've got enough movement points for Emil. We're also going to protect ourselves with an overwatch zone. So just in case that guard does come out, we'll be able to get a good shot on him. And let's see. This was as far as we could get Emil. So we're going to have to wait for turn 3. Okay, so here we are, technically turn 4. We went through so many turns. We're delaying action to get to Emil. So we're going to get her up to the extraction zone, and that's going to trigger the next part of this mission. As you can see from the dialogue here, things are not going good. So let's read through this, and then we'll see what we get to do next. So as you can see, that solid laser barrier just went up. So the 2 guards that are on the other side of it, we don't have to worry about them anymore. They're not going to come through. This is the new area we've got to get to. We've got to get to this old TX80 interface so that we can sit there and hack it and get this elevator over here working. And that hovercraft just drop down, and it's going to release a bunch of extra guards onto the map. They're going to be in different areas, but thankfully, even though they came in for a landing, they didn't see us standing on the other landing pads. So even though they're probably going to be alert that something's going on in the area, they're not going to see us directly. So that's going to give us a good chance to get everybody into position to defend themselves. And also there's going to be 2 more lock boxes that we want to hit on the way out so we can get ourselves some good rewards. So let's go ahead and use a couple of skills and everything and see what we can do for getting through here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move Emil over here. We don't have anything to do with her but move her. Itana, we want to get up over here because you can see there's going to be a lockbox in that room. So we're going to get her moved up over there. And next we're going to go. The guards are going to be taking some turns. And you can see that they're just doing basic patrolling. They're not running around trying to find us because they don't know exactly where we are. So we're still technically hidden. Now we got Liat. We want to get him up here and try and get him either in range of possibly taking out this guard in front of the other lockbox, or getting him to where we can set up a overwatch protection. As you can see, there's different areas, and he's going to be heard as he's moving, but as long as he doesn't get seen, we don't have to worry. So you can see the one guard heard him, but he didn't turn around to look. So we should be okay. And here we're going to have a little quick dialogue. Dade's going to tell us about something called leverages. Now, this is something going through the game of leverage is going to be something that helps you out. It can give you bonuses like of delaying enemy reinforcements, or you may be able to start a mission and all the security cameras and traps are already disabled for a couple of turns. The leverage he gives us, we're not really going to need to use, so we're going to get Aitana over here and get this door opened, and then use what movement points we have left for her to get her towards the lockbox. As you can see, the guards that were in there are gone, so we don't have to worry about them. We almost had enough to get right to it to where we got this turn, so we're going to go ahead and get to the next turn. The guards are walking around, but luckily they technically haven't seen us. So here's our sniper rifle, and he's also got a backup handgun. You can see he's got that guard in targeting, so you see the little 1 next to the crosshairs. Below it you see a 5 next to what looks like an ear symbol. That means at least 5 people will hear this gun going off, so it's going to alert them, but we should be able to take this guy out. And down he goes. The guards that heard the gunshots now, they're going to start coming to this area where they heard it, so we want to try and get him moved away as quick as possible. This guard, is still guarding. Now it's Emil's turn. We should be able to get her to the lockbox and get it open, and then possibly be able to move her or get her into a hiding position. So we got a basic aid kit, we got some Hyper-V caps, and we got 5,000 credits. So if we make it through this mission, that's 30k that we've managed to make it out with. That's definitely going to help us buy some upgrades and everything when we get back to our safe house. So here we are now on what's technically turn 6. You can see a security camera has popped up and is now scanning the area. The guard up there is going to be looking down, so we've got enough movement points. We can get him away, and he is now hidden safely over here. So now we're at Aitana, and we can get the box opened up with her, and we've got some good stuff out of it. Corporate invoices are something that can usually be sold for credits. We're going to move her out as much as possible, and hopefully she's not going to get seen, but if not, we should be okay. Now, Emil has enough movement points to get over here and trigger this event. We've just got to have her stand there for 2 turns to get that terminal hacked, and then this elevator here is going to open up and become our new extraction zone. So as we're moving our other 2 players across the map while she's standing here, by the time we get them over here, we should have that terminal hacked and the elevator open. So even if we have to run, as you can see, it looks like this guard's going to be getting in the range to see us. How he didn't see us just now, I don't know, but we'll take whatever luck we can get, because this other guard is moving over to where they heard the gunshots. You can see him coming down, and it looks like he's going to get in range. Yep, he's seen and been alerted, so looks like he set up an overwatch zone. So we're going to have to be careful when it's her turn to move. Leon, we've definitely got enough movement points we can get him here. And so he's going to be technically in a safe area. Pathfinder we don't need to use. Deathwatch is his special form of Overwatch, so we're going to set it up to help cover Aitana. Emil, we don't have to do anything with her. We can set her to take cover, and that's it. So we're just going to go ahead and end the turn, and we're going to let everybody start doing what they're doing. This guard Obviously, he got alerted. Okay, another guard is going in, and he's taking a shot at us, so he got a good hit on us. Now, let's see if we can move. We can get to there. Up, it says we may be shot, so that means we're being covered by an overwatch. So, marker sites. We need to figure out which one of these guards here is using the overwatch and use marker sights on him. So it looks like it's this guard, but if we keep pressing tab, we can cycle through everybody. So yeah, it definitely looks like it's him. Okay, it was. So now we can move without getting shot. And so she's definitely going to be safe. And then she's going to be covered by Liat's overwatch. She can set up an overwatch. So everybody should be good to go. If any of these guards try running in after us, they're going to get hit. And okay, the one overwatch missed. Liat got his hit, and now you can see we've managed to do it. The terminal has been hacked. This elevator is going to open for us, and this is going to be our new escape zone. So we can easily get a meal in there, and you'll see the extraction icon light up here, so we can extract her. It's going to the guard's turn. They're going to be trying to run and get into range. Liat, we could try and fight. We could try and throw this grenade, but unfortunately if we do, Aitana's going to be caught in the blast, and it may kill her. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to run with him and extract, and hopefully the guard that's going to be getting his turn isn't going to be able to hit Aitana. I'm not sure which one it is, so let's find out. Okay, good. It's just him. So she should be able to get to the extraction zone. Yep, and that's going to be mission victory. So let's go ahead and go through this and then see what we've got. And this is mission victory. We're going to go to the after battle screen where you can see that we didn't get any mission payment for this. We did get some good XP. You can see everybody almost got enough XP to level up. This is all the different loot that we acquired. You can see we got those cred chips. We've got some medical supplies. We've got some personnel files and corporate invoices. Those will all be things that we can sell. So now we're going to go to the safe house. There's going to be some dialogue here and everything that we go through. This lets us know that our partners are talking amongst themselves. We are technically out of it at the moment. You know, we just got out of a major surgery to have a computer grafted to our spine and our brain. So this is where our teammates will discuss, and you can see that sometimes conversations have multiple choices. So we're going to go through these, and it's talking about how long it's going to take us to recover. And they're going to discuss some things, so we'll just keep on moving through these dialogue choices. You can see that they're expecting us to be out for at least a week, so we'll see how that changes. We're going to talk with Dade, and he's got an idea. He's going to sit there and suggest that we could possibly, find out who it was that caused those guards to get alerted to where they dropped a response team. Blur and Emil are talking it over, and once we get done with this conversation, this is going to lead us to something called legwork. Now, legworks are special, one-merc jobs, and they last anywhere from a few to several days. And it's explaining how everything works here with legwork. So we're going to go ahead and have Blur select legwork. So we've got a choice of sending Emil or Dade out, and you can see that there's a success rate depending on who we send. So obviously the better the success chance of that's who we want to send. So Dade is going to go on legwork, and this is going to put him out of the safe house for a couple of days. So while we're doing things in our safe house, he'll be out, hopefully, and he'll come back, hopefully, with good information. So now Emil and Blur are going to continue talking about our base and our safe house. So they're going to explain a couple of things, and this is going to be more stuff for you to sit there and read and help you get into the game. It's telling us that one of the things we need to focus on first is to clean some rooms. So now that we select this complete thing, that's going to be the end of the conversation with everybody, except Dade. Blur's letting Dade know he's got to go out for work. And it's telling us we need to get 2 rooms cleaned up. So we're going to go ahead and get through this, and then we're going to start on that. Okay, so here we are. We've got 2 trashed rooms, and the tutorial is telling us how to clean rooms. We can go through all the reading here, and it's going to tell us, what we need to do. It lets us know that our Command HQ currently allows us to have up to 2 tasks running at once. So we're going to get this room started and cleaned up, and then we're going to get this room starting to get cleaned up. And you can see it's going to take 7 days. There's 2 tasks showing up as being done in the Command HQ. And now we're going to go over to the barracks. This is one of the main places you'll be wanting to come to after missions, because this is where you're going to see where people are injured, or if they've increased enough experience that they've got some training points that they can spend. Some people may have new conversations. You can see at the bottom, Dade is on legwork. Now we're going to upgrade our Cyber Knight Bingo. We got 4 points to spend, so we're going to take a look at some of the different skills that they can get. Look Ahead is a really good one because it allows us to put down a zone, and any enemy that moves in it will be able to see where they're going to keep going. It's kind of like the Anticipation talent. Pre-Compute Advantage is a really good buff. It's going to give ourselves or our teammates, whoever we use it on, initiative bonus and movement bonuses and stuff. So this is one skill for your Cyber Knight that you want to look up and build up really quick. Security Scramble. It's kind of like the Jam Kit. It allows us to disable security devices. So this is another really good skill for your Cyber Knight to have. So we're going to spend some of our points on these. And we've got Security Scramble set up. Now we're going to go over here to Pre-Compute Advantage. We're going to get 1 use of that. Let's see. Oh, no, let's go ahead and go for 2. Or can we do 2? No, I think we only did the 1. And so the next thing we want to see about is we got... Oh, that was all our points. Okay, so we're good to go there. Now, our Face, who never really goes with us on missions, but has great skills to use in the safe house of Talent Co-Conspire. You can see this is going to help us with any contacts in the safe house of Efficiency Grid. This is going to help us with doing things around the safe house. And Care and Feeding. This is going to help us with things like extra XP, and there's special things called limit breaks, either due to hype or stress. So we definitely want to get Care and Feeding going up really good, because that's going to help us take care of everybody in our team and everything. Co-Conspire, that's a good thing to start off having. And let's see, we're going to put some extra stuff in there. And we're going to spend at least 1 or 2 points left on Efficiency Grid. I think we need to really get that up and going. It's a very good talent to use. So we're going to take care of this. And that looks like, okay, we've spent all our points. So now we're going to go out and check some things. Now we're going to go back to here. Okay, there's a new conversation with our Face. We're going to start our play button, which is going to bring it up. So you can see that Bingo is technically back on their feet and raring to go. So let's see what Bingo's got to say to Blur about what's been going on. Now, it's kind of funny that Bingo mentions it's been 12 days since the cyber surgery, and yet, we seem to have come back here pretty soon after it and maybe only 1 or 2 days have passed from the conversation all of our other teammates have been having, but Bingo is up and running around, and she's having a talk with Blur, so we're going to work through the dialogue here, and then there's going to be some choices for us to make, and so we'll sit there and see how we can get through those and what sort of things that it might pop up for us. So we've got some dialogue choices here, and these are going to give us background story. So we're going to go with this first one. Bingo's going to talk about the response team that was dropped on us, why they were knocked out and being escorted away by our other teammates. So this is basically just going to be Blur filling Bingo in, and then letting Bingo know that Dade got sent out to take care of it, and Bingo's going to be happy about that. And so we're going to keep working through the dialogue choices here. It doesn't matter what order you go in. Octane is the contact who helped set this up. Octane is the one that helped get us the cybercomputer and gave us the money to get it installed. So we're going to be dealing a lot with Octane. So you definitely want to go through this dialogue choice so you can learn a bit more about Octane and what you're going to need to do with them. Okay, so the final option is we need a bankroll, and this is where your face comes in really handy. Blur has got something set up for us called a forward op. It's one of the first missions that we're going to have a chance to do, and this is basically a smash and grab loot mission. We're not being paid by anybody to do this. We're paying ourselves. We'll be going off on this mission, and there's going to be loot boxes all over the map for us to try and get to, and that's where we're going to get our payment from. All the loot that we can find. So we're going to go finishing through this conversation, and that's going to be pretty much it. So we'll take a look at some of the other things that we can do after this. Time does pass when you're having conversations. You can see that the rooms have gotten cleaned. There's 5 days to go. The legwork with Dade has advanced. We've got a conversation with Octane in 5 days. The forward op heist has 18 days to get it done. And then there's another conversation with Octane, but we're going to go to cold storage. This is where a lot of the items that you get from missions is going to end up. And we're going to sell the invoices and personnel files that we ended up with. Now, you'll notice that some of them are sold exactly for what they show up as, but Potato will give us 21K for this file that's worth 19. So you definitely want to sell to anybody that's offering you more. And after we get done selling all these, we're going to be at about 71K. So if you click on these little tabs up here, it'll show anything else specific to those areas. We're at the all digital goods, so obviously nothing else would show up under those. We're going to take a quick look at the market. Now, this is where you're going to want to come for buying extra supplies, weapons, weapon mods, programs, basically anything that you want to get for your Cyber Knight and your teammates. This is where you're going to come to get it. Now, there is another way to get items out of the market, and we'll show that later when we go back to the barracks. You can buy items directly that way. All the different tabs at the top will sort things by their class and what they are. You see we've got separate tabs for armors and mods, and there will be tabs specifically for first aid and medical items, and then our cyber decks, which is what our hackers use, And then there's also going to be programs that we can get for us to load into the cyber decks. So we're just going to sit here and keep clicking through this and taking a quick tour so you can see all the basic stuff. You know, there's a lot of good stuff here, but it's going to cost a lot of money. So if you want to get the good stuff, you got to start finding missions. So hopefully that forward op mission will be something where you can get some good loot to sell or get some good credits if you find cred ships and everything. So now we're going to take a quick look at our command center. You can see the forward op is over here. This is where missions that are pending will show up. Over here, it'll give us a mission brief of whatever mission that we have selected, and it tells us about the rewards. Mission planning is where we would go if we wanted to start it. We're going to back out, and we're going back over here to the barracks. So we're going to go up to Frida Teebees, and she's got an assault rifle and a secondary weapon. Now, if we go over here to mods, you can see that nothing's showing up. We don't own any mods, so we're going to click market from here, and now it's showing different mods that we could buy for this weapon. So you can see for 14K, we could get a suppressor, and obviously that would be good. Now, the different people that we can deal with show up. Origami Joe, he'd sell it to us for 14K, but Diego down there is charging a little bit more. And we've got a slider that we can adjust. We're just going to buy one at a time right now. We're going to work our way through all of our teammates and everything. So we've bought it. Now we're going to go back out, and you see it's showing up in our inventory. So now all we've got to do is attach it. And you can see now it's showing up as attached. Our secondary pistol already had a silencer. Since our face doesn't go out on missions, they don't have anything to equip. So now we're going to take a look at our sniper, and you can see there's different barrels that we might be able to get. A suppressor shows up as something that would be attached that way, so we're definitely going to get one for him. And we're going to go ahead and, just like we did with Frida, we're going to attach it, and we're going to go down here to Emil. Emil has a pistol with a silencer, and our blades are always considered silent weapons. So now we're going to go down to our soldier, and we could get a silencer for the little submachine gun that they use. So buy it, attach it, just like we've been doing. By now, you pretty much get the point. Dade, we're going to go down. His pistol already has a silencer, but his little main weapon doesn't. So here we go. Get a silencer for him and get it attached. And that's pretty much going to take care of some of the best upgrades that you can do in the beginning, if you've got the money for them, because the less the enemy hears you, the better. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look. We've got, if you look at our timeline and everything, the legwork, the pending heist. If we clicked on it now and then clicked on plan mission, it would go straight into the command HQ, and we'd start doing that. We're going to go over to legwork, click on wait for completion. So that's going to advance the timeline until that pops up. And now Dade is back, and he's kind of got good news, and it looks like bad news. So let's see what he's got to say for us. As you can see, the negative from this legwork mission is because Dade got found out and had to leave some of his equipment. It's tipped the enemy off, so we ended up with a huge addition to our heat total, but it's not really going to hurt us too much right now. We'll be able to burn it off, as it talks about. Now what we need to figure out is Dade found out the name of the person who turned us in, so It looks like we've got a choice for some more legwork. So we're going to send Dade after this person, and hopefully we can get some good results out of it. We may be able to do a bit of a shakedown, so let's go see what Dade can do. Okay, so we've got 2 days for Dade to complete his legwork, so we're going to go ahead and start that. And he has found the leak. So we're going to have a little bit of a conversation with this person, and we're going to try and convince them that it's best not to be on our bad side. So we've gained ourselves a new contact. They don't have a lot of trust, but they owe us 3 favors, so those are going to come in handy. And favors are something that we can use to get leverages on jobs, so having 3 of them owed to us is a good thing. So now we're going to take a look at some other things. It's time to talk to Octane. It's getting close, so we're going to have a little conversation with Octane and find out just what's going on with this cybercomputer that we got installed into us and what was Octane's real goal. So let's see what we've got to find out through the conversations here. Okay, so we've got 3 dialogue options to choose from here. The middle one, I don't think we need to worry about. We sent Dade out on legwork, and we just solved that little problem. We found out who it was, so we really don't need to worry about the middle one. The bottom one, are we really that friendly with Octane? So we're going to choose the top one and see what she has to say. There's going to be some interesting things that Octane hints at, and we'll finish out the conversation and see what else we can get from her. Well, this is one of those kind of twists to the story that you would expect out of a good old-fashioned thriller. It turns out Octane might have set us up from the get-go by getting us this quantum computer to install in us, because now she's offered us a job to where we could erase our debt to her. So we've got a choice. We can go ahead and accept her job, or we can decline it and try and be raising the money ourselves. We'll need to be coming up with 500,000 credits of about every 30 days or so, or every 2 weeks. So I think accepting the job for her is really the best way to go. So we're going to accept it, and Octane's going to give us some more information here, and then we're going to sit here and see what we need to do to prep for that job. But I can tell you right now, this is probably going to be where we end up ending the video, because we're already a good 40 plus minutes into this, and hopefully this has given you a really good first look at Cybernite's Flashpoint. If you've never played it before when it was early access and alpha phase, if you were one of the testers, if you're brand new to this game, hopefully this has been a good introduction for you, and it's going to give you some good tips to start off with. It's going to let you know what the game is all about, the basics of navigating through menus and conversations. So we're going to finish this one out, and then that's going to be bringing us to the end of the video. Okay, so you can see here real quick that we've got a chance for some more legwork, but it's letting us know that we're kind of low staffed. So we got our choice of people that we could send, but we may not have enough people to do any of the missions coming up if we send somebody out. So this is one of those times where you've got an option called delay legwork. We could sit there and push that back and try and do it again, but we're just going to go ahead and accept this mission and go and click on complete. And we'll finish out the conversation here, and that's going to be the end of it. So I'm going to sit here, and we can see that there's 8 days for the quest from Octane. There's 14 days for the forward op. There's the new conversation about our loan payment. We don't have anything to do here, so this is going to be the end of the video. So I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time in the Digital Wonderlands.